morning, guys. I'm in a hurry a little bit, so I have to talk quick, but I'm about to go to a hair appointment. I'm getting my hair fixed, so I've got these highlights and my roots are starting to show. And long story short, when I ended up with these highlights, what I actually wanted was a balayage, but I've let it grow out just a little bit and I'm hoping to get it transitioned to a balayage today. So it shouldn't look too much different. It'll probably be a little blonder in the bottom. We'll see what's gonna happen. I always get nervous letting new people touch my hair. And I am going to a new place because even though I like the way my hair looks, I just wasn't too happy with my experience at the last salon that I went to. I felt very rushed. For one, I have the regular highlights because the lady told me that she didn't have time to do a balayage that day, which I don't understand because I made an appointment. I had an appointment. I don't know, I just felt like I was being talked down to a little bit. I just wasn't super happy, so I'm trying a new place. But I'm a little nervous because I have a Groupon, and this is gonna be stupid expensive without the Groupon if they don't accept it. So the lady on the phone told me to bring a screenshot of it, not to actually buy it, and that they would honor the price. I'd imagine Groupon takes a cut or something, so when I called to inquire, they told me to do that. But if for some reason they don't accept this Groupon, I'm going to have to like walk out. I'm just gonna have to say, hey, I'm sorry, I really can't pay this. The balayage is like $375 without this Groupon. The Groupon is $92 for the balayage, a haircut, and a blowout. So like if they don't accept that, I just can't do it. So I'm a little stressed because I'm not very confrontational, but I really do have to go. My appointment's on the Upper East Side, so after this I think I'm gonna get a little work done in a coffee shop, and then I'm gonna head and do something Christmassy over there. I'm not actually sure what yet. Maybe some window displays, maybe I'll walk over to Rockefeller Center. We'll see. I'm sorry for how rushed I am right now, but let's go. Do you guys like my hair? I mean, I love my hair. I really, really like it. This is what I was trying to achieve the first time that I got my hair done. You know, I never really talked about that on camera. I just kind of had dark brown hair and then suddenly I had blonde highlights and never said anything about it. But my hair prior to that was my natural hair color, had never been dyed, like totally virgin hair. So that was my first highlight experience. So this is only the second time I've had my hair professionally dyed. That being said, I definitely did box dye it once in college. That wasn't good. And I also had green tips that I did myself in high school, but those don't count. Those do not count. This is my first like professional experience. So it was my first time touching blonde, and I'm so much happier with this. I feel like I'm just gonna keep touching it. So that being said, like I said earlier, I didn't hate my highlights, my standard highlights, but I did want a balayage because I really like the effect of kind of the shadow root and not having to worry about getting just like a harsh line like I was getting before I fixed it. I wanted more blonde than I had. And the crazy thing is I spent about $100 less on this than I did that first time. And you guys, I know, like, it's expensive. Hair is expensive in New York. It's one of the most expensive things I found about New York, you know, in comparison to other places, is getting your hair done. I mean, a basic haircut here for long hair can cost $70. It's absurd. Also, why do they charge more to cut your hair if your hair is long? I do not understand that. Like, today I got a trim. I got 1.5 inches trimmed off my hair. It took her very little time. The time I had hair up to here, it was short and had all kinds of angles and layers, and that took way longer and seems like much more work, but here would have cost less. This doesn't make any sense to me. Anyway, I went to a place on the Upper East Side on 78th Street called Christie's Hair Salon. Kira did my hair. She was wonderful. She was kind. She really listened to, you know, what I wanted my hair to look like. And I'm sure probably cringed at the way I was describing it because I know nothing about hair, but she worked with me. She got it. She really worked to make sure I came out with a product that I love. And see, with the balayage or shadow root effect here, you can see it's my natural color at the root anyway, but all of this is like blended in really, really seamlessly. So I'm not gonna have to get it touched up as often, because when it starts to grow out for a little while, it's just gonna look like it's supposed to look like that. So I'm really excited about that. So is Roy. I know I said earlier that I might go to Rockefeller Center afterwards, and I didn't do that. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm exhausted. I'm really tired. I'm feeling a little burnt out, and I was literally at the salon for 4 hours. So I just didn't feel like it. I just really wanted to come home, and I still have to finish editing the Vlogmas from yesterday and put it up. So I'm sorry if today is a little underwhelming, but I hope you like my hair. Anyway, I'm gonna go finish editing that. Ross is gonna make some delicious firecracker meatballs for dinner. We'll have dinner, and I'll come back in a little while and we will do some Christmas tree talking. Rory is mocking my disheveled, always behind my computer state of the past few days. Yep. So I finally got yesterday's video edited. It ended up giving me a bit of a run for my money. I picked like the busiest day of the week to do that because I figured it would be best on the busiest day of the week, but then it like added a lot because it took more editing and more planning than these type vlogs where I just talk and show you my day, like getting all those b-roll shots and things, like setting up the ring light before I got in the shower and things like that. Took a little while, but I hope you guys liked it. I was worried that yesterday would be boring because I had to work a lot and there was no way I was gonna get much else done, so I wanted to like mix up the style and try to make it a little more fun. So I hope you guys liked it. Also, I just wanted to ask you guys for one quick favor. In that video, I mentioned that I sometimes post my videos on a news website called Newsbreak, and I do get compensation for those videos. So Newsbreak also compensates me if people download the app using my link. You don't have to do anything. Like, you don't have to make an account. You don't have to follow me. Nothing, but just go through my link and download the app to your phone, and I get $5. I've never plugged this here before, and I feel kind of weird like asking you guys to do that, but you know, $5 to just download an app, like that's not too shabby, and there are almost 800 of you here now, so like if all of you did it, you know, that's not pocket change. So if you could just download that app for me, I would really appreciate it. I'm gonna put the link in the description. All you have to do is go through the link. It'll take you to the App Store, download it that way. I get the commission. That's all it is. Like I said, you don't even have to make an account. So if you could do that, I would appreciate it. Thank you. Hello, welcome back to Christmas Tree Talks. I feel like it needs its own theme outside of the Vlogmas theme. By the way, do you guys like the theme? I think it's pretty cute, but I made it. So anyway, I'm gonna answer a couple of your questions, but I also just had a topic that I wanted to talk about because I was thinking about it, and my hair just keeps falling in my face. I love my hair, but it's very soft right now and it just keeps falling. Okay. So I wanted to talk about the concept of gratitude because I listened to a podcast episode the other day that just kind of like inspired me to keep a gratitude log for December and really start thinking about it a little differently. So I was listening to the Thanksgiving episode of Fingers Crossed podcast, and Christy and Sierra, the host, were talking about the concept of gratitude and how it can be, you know, it's a really good thing, but it can be used in a way that's kind of toxic. And it just really got me thinking. So I guess Sierra had been taking some sort of master class in gratitude, and this guy like studied gratitude scientifically and did the studies to see how it impacts people. So I thought that was really interesting as well, because I guess I've always thought of it just as, you know, something that like girls on the internet do. It's like keep gratitude logs and you know, post about being grateful, and it kind of loses all impact when it really is a great thing. But basically she was talking about, and you should go listen to the podcast. It's Fingers Crossed podcast. It's the Thanksgiving episode from a couple weeks ago. I'll put the number and title of the episode here somewhere if you're interested in finding it. But basically the guy who did this studied people for a period of time and had them say something daily that they were grateful for. So when people were putting things like, I'm grateful for my job, I'm grateful for my family, things like that that are just very broad, and it's like, well, of course you're grateful for that, it wasn't having any impact on their happiness. But once the study became more guided and they were instructed that everything they wrote down had to be specific to that particular day, that's when it actually improved people's happiness. So rather than just, you know, like having your gratitude log out and writing for the day, I'm grateful for my family, you could say, I'm grateful that I saw this really cute brown chihuahua on the street today. And eventually it like forces you to just notice more and more things in your day that make you happy and that you feel grateful for. Like Sierra was talking about when she started doing it, she was writing down like one thing a day, and then now just in her day-to-day life, she's noticing more things. So I thought that was really cool, and it inspired me to keep a gratitude log for this month. So I've tried to do the gratitude journaling and things before, and honestly, I think I've done it in a way that is kind of toxic and unhelpful. So, you know, I would be, say I'm frustrated with work, or I'm frustrated with a student of mine, and I'd be like, okay, well, at least you have students. You should be grateful that you have students. But that's not helpful, because that just makes you feel guilty. So like, rather than being like, oh, I should be grateful I have students, just totally step away from that. Like, okay, my work day sucked today, but at least I picked a really pretty flower on my walk home. You know, things like that are just small and aren't guilting yourself for feeling negative feelings. I don't know though, none of this is scripted or anything. I'm just kind of like talking off the cuff about how I felt about this podcast and how it kind of inspired me to notice things that I'm grateful for, and to treat myself a little more kindly when I'm not quite feeling so grateful for some things that overall I am in fact grateful for. You know, it's okay to have negative feelings and still be able to train your mind to be more grateful outside of that without guilting yourself. I don't know, but you should go listen to the podcast if this speaks to you, or if you're interested in this, because it definitely goes way more into depth. They speak on everything from a much more educated standpoint than I am right now, so definitely go listen to that. Oh, and tell me in the comments one thing that happened today that you are grateful for. Mine's gonna be my hair, I guess. I really love my hair. It counts because it happened today, right? I couldn't say that tomorrow, but this happened today, so I can say it. I'm also grateful that when I woke up this morning, Rory was laying on me and purring. You know, little things like that. So tell me yours in the comments. We've only got a couple new questions here in the comments that I'll answer. Ramses would like to know if I will be attending the holiday lights at the Bronx Zoo. And you know, Ramses, I would love to. Ross and I were actually talking about this just the other day. I'm just not sure if I will get to or not. My schedule is pretty stacked for the next month. It's also kind of expensive. Like, not really though. I don't know. Maybe we will be attending. I would love to. If we don't attend, it's not because I didn't want to. The next question is from Mike, who wants to know what my favorite Christmas song is to play on any of the instruments I play, and will I play some for you? So I will answer this today. I'm not gonna play for you today, but I will play for you. I will play you some Christmas tunes probably tomorrow. I think I can do that tomorrow. And probably some more throughout Vlogmas as well. My favorite Christmas song of all time is probably Oh Holy Night. So I'll have to do that one. I also really like God Rest You Merry Gentlemen. And for weeks now, I have had that one new Kelly Clarkson Christmas song stuck in my head. I don't know if I like it or if it's just stuck in my head. Do you know what that's called? Yeah, me either. The one that goes, you know that one? I'll put the title on the screen. I don't know if I like that one or not. It's just been stuck in my head because I've been hearing it everywhere. Well, thank you so much for tuning in today. We will be doing more Christmas things soon, I promise you, so stick with me. Like the video, please. It really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. You guys know this. You've heard this all before. Subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on the bell notifications because you might have noticed these are not going up anywhere near the same time every day. And I'll see you tomorrow.